Okay, yesterday we were speaking about the point of the Zohar Kadosh that said that a person has anything for physicality, for spirituality to work, you have to have, Simcha John, you have to have physical thing. The spiritual cannot work unless there is a physical thing. Like your body, which is the physical, to your spiritual part, which is your neshama. You cannot have the spiritual exist in this world unless there is a physical that it can sit in it. Dusha eta будет, tsela eta будет. It's going to be a fruit, it's going to be a bread, it's going to be wine, it's going to be books, it's going to be Sefer Torah. He needs to have something. Cup. He needs to have something in order to be able to rest this bracha. We say this concept in Birkat Hamazon. We say, Ma she'achalnu yeh lesava. Whatever we ate should be for Aliran, for sake of Sava. What is Sava? Satiation. Ma she'shatinu, whatever we drank, should be for Refuah, for sake of health. Ma she'otarnu, whatever we left, thank you. Whatever we left, I'm going to say bracha for everybody. So when you go it, Dorga Bajos. The Mashe Shatinu, Yelirfua, Mashe Hotanu, whatever we left, should be Lebracha. What do we see? In order for bracha to catch, you always have to have a physical thing that prior to that comes before. We spoke about our four worlds that we are about to correct whenever we say Shaharit. What are the four worlds? Yaakov, Atzilut, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiyah. These are the four worlds. How do we correct those four worlds, Meir? We need four physical actions prior to those four worlds. What are the four physical actions that we have to do? Remember? The first one was the restroom and Netilat Yadayim. This is corresponding to the Olam HaAsiyah, which is the physical world, which is the Pitum Akedat Yitzchak till Rabbi Ishmael Omer. This is the first section. This is the materialistic world. So people that seeking to achieve success in materialistic world, what part of the tefillah is the mandatory part for them? The first part of the tefillah. This is called Olam HaAsiyah. Akedat Yitzchak, do Rabbi Ishmael Omer, do Pierre B'Kadish. But if a person comes 5 minutes late to the shul, David John, what do we say? Remember? If a person comes 5 minutes late to the shul,
15 minutes.
He's 15 minutes late to the tefillah. Because by the time he's going to sit, settle, tefillin, talit, sidur, coffee, sizet, it's going to take at least 10 minutes. So at 7:15, let's say the tefillah started at 7, he comes to shul 7:05. You have go up to shul 7:05. Now Johnny Khalpesh, you're already late because of the tefillah. Your tefillah is going to start 7:15. At 7:15, where the Chazan is going to be? Rabbi Ishmael Omer. Rabbi, and you spell, what should I do? And then what does he do? He start jumping around. And then he prays for success in Olam Asiyah. I don't know, you hear the contradiction? What's going on over here? He skips the korbanot in the morning. Pitum et Akedat Yitzchak, he doesn't say. He skips it. And then he asks Hashem, give me success in the physical world. When you've missed in the morning the physical Olam, to correct that. You understand the contradiction over here? Поэтому, Бехор Джон, Бахама Гоэт, тфиля 7 часов, означает, что 7 часов уже ты одет, ты тали, тфилин, очки нашел, кофе заварил, все сделал, уже сидишь, готовый. 7:00 you started. Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Zochenu v'zikaron tov milefanecha, v'ogdenu v'shet nishar v'rachamim. That's the right way, Rabotai, to come to the prayer. And פתאום שואלים, גברית, רבי, אני פולמיות בורים מכונה, מה נמת הונה, מה עוד עולה חדש? Eli, Chitayu, I don't have enough speed like they have. You coming late and then you complain about the speed. Okay, you ready? ברשות מוריי ורבותיי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. מה עשית? So now, that was the first part, which is corresponding to the physical action of restroom and Netilat Yadayim. Then we spoke about the second part. What was the second part? Ari and Yosef. Сегодня opposites, I can say. Ari, Yosef, whatever it is. What's the second part, remember? Atzilut, Bria, Yetzira. Yetzira is corresponding to which part in the physical world?
Success.
No. Edible restroom and Netilat Yadayim. What's the second one? Talit. Very good. Then you wear talit. Then when you wear talit, talit has to be on the head. We're going to see soon the Zohar. The Zohar says talit has to be on the head from the beginning of tefillah till the end of the tefillah.
What do you mean the head?
Nagolovu.
Why?
The Zohar says that the place of the talit is only on the head. That's according to the Zohar. You see them Kubalim, they put it like this. They wrap up the head and then they put it on the body. According to the Kabbalah, the talit location, proper location, is only on the head. Just because the Torah said you need to have a garment, they also put it on the body. But the main part of the talit, according to the Zohar, is only the head. We're going to see it soon written inside the Zohar. That's why you see them.
All the way through by the end?
Да. Сначала עקדת יצחק, דו עלינו לשבח ביום ההוא השם אחד, שמו אחד. Вот сейчас закон число талит. That's the right way to do. At the beginning it'll be hard because person only не привык. We used to different things. But practice makes perfect. No. Тфилин здесь должен быть закрытый с талитом. That's the words of the Zohar. Сейчас посмотрим этот Zohar написан. That's correction for the second olam. That starts in Hodu l'Adonai, Kir'u b'shmo hodiu ba'amim, alinotav. All the way till Ishtabach shimcha la'ad malkenu. That's the second part. Then comes out the third part, the physical one, to the third world, which is Tfilin shel Yad, corresponding to Abtzilut Bria. At the olam Bria, nazывается. Where does this olam start? After the Kaddish. After the Kaddish starts a Baruch, and then it goes, not all. And then it goes to all the way till Ga'al Israel. Ga'al Israel is Kazali. Now Ga'al Israel you have to connect right away to Atzilut, which is Shmona Israel. And Shmona Israel is corresponding to Tfilin Shel Rosh. That's why in Tfilin Shel Yad, you started the third Olam. What do? Yotzer Or Uborech Hoshech. People do like this sometimes. Yotzer Or Uborech Hoshech.
No.
It's a terrible mistake. You're kissing the Tfilin Shel Rosh in the wrong Olam. And the Arizal says even worse than this. They say, how can you say that Tfilin Shel Rosh to go Yotzer Or, eta Or, light, Uborech Hoshech, on Tfilin Shel Rosh Hoshech? Hoshech is not
Darkness.
darkness. You calling the Tfilin Shel Rosh darkness? Tfilin Shel Rosh is the holiest thing you have on you right now. More than Talit, more than Tfilin Shel Yad, more than Siddur, more than everything. What are you doing? This is what happens when a person does not learn. He says, Jori Mamchet Kazak, Mamchet Kuna. Or Joret Hondak, Akjo Hondak. What does he know? What does he doesn't know? You have to think. Ask the rabbi. Rabbi, I saw him doing like this. That's the right way to do or no? So Arizal says that's not the right way. Yotzer Or, Tfilin Shel Yad Tzulush. When do you kiss Tfilin Shel Rosh? Whenever you start Shemona Esrei. Baruch Ata Hashem Ga'al Israel Adonai Sefatai Tiftach. ויגיד תהילתך ארוכה כזה, נתפילין שלוש. ברוך אתה השם. You saw what I did?
Why?
ברוך אתה השם גאל ישראל, ארוכה זס. אדוני שפתי תפתח ויגיד תהילתך, ברוך אתה השם. Now you kiss your tefillin shel Rosh. Only whenever the Zohar says that you picked up the Yud connected with the Aleph. There is Yud Ken Vavke, you have to connect with Aleph Dalet Nun Yud 4 times in the prayer corresponding to 4 letters of God's name of Yud Ken Vavke and Aleph Dalet Nun Yud. Yud from here, Aleph from here. This is the first bowing down. You have to connect them. You have to connect them and have in mind as you are picking them up from the klipot into the side of the Kedusha. And that's the Yud. Remember we spoke about God's name, the Kot Shel Yud? Yes. Remember that? That the Tefillin Shel Rosh is the completion of God's name on you. That's why if the Tefillin goes lower than your hairline, in Agdal Yud Yevozes, when you Tefillin чуть-чуть спускается, они Tefillin не выполнили. Bechor John, why not? What's the reason? Они $2000 за этот Tefillin отдали, рабай. Пули $500.
Рога растут, тфилин падает.
Did it? That's why you have to have the Tefillin not lower than your hairline. Because if it comes lower than the end line, it's not a kot shel yud. It's not the proper the proper peak of the yud. And if you have a tefillin, mezuzah, sefer Torah that doesn't have that thing in the yud, this is not kasher sefer Torah. So Gemara in Masechet Menachot, Daf Chavtet. Gemara says, afilu kot shel yud me'akev. He's holding back the mitzvah. That's why at this time, whenever you're starting Atzilut, the 4 world, you have to touch the 4 physical mitzvah, which is tefillin shel rosh. And when do you supposed to kiss at Yaakov? After you did Baruch Ata Hashem. Then the fingers are going to the lips, kissing the tefillin shel rosh.
You do it all the time?
Huh?
You do it all the time?
You do it all the time, yeah, every day. Every day, all the time. And if you have 2 tefillin, you put your hands on both tefillin. Rashi and Rabbeinu. Yeah, it's written. Another common mistake, the Zohar says over here, also Halakha says it. You have to connect one world to another world. Another world to another world. Where is the most important connection? The 3rd world to the 4th world. That's why over there's not even Kaddish. Look, Asiyah, you went to Yetzirah. There was a Kaddish over here. Rabbi Ishmael Omer, Yudah ben Tema Omer, Ulovdach v'levav shalem, Kaddish al Israel. Prana. This is the Kaddish connecting here. Then you have Kaddish connects between Olam HaBriah and Olam HaYetzirah. Where is that? Ishtabach. Melech el Chai HaOlamim. Amen. Right after that, what do we hear? Kaddish. What the Kaddish does? Connecting this world with this world. Now, the most important connection out of these connections is the 3rd world to the 4th world. That's called Somech Geula Letfilah. And this connection is so important that even Kaddish is not allowed to be there. That's what you see in the morning. What do we have? Ga'ad Israel Adonai Sabatai Tiftach. Now, common mistake. Bechor, you know what's a common mistake? People that they are standing, Stayadani. What they do here is a Siddur, right? Here I'm standing. Baruch Ata Hashem Ga'ad Israel. You saw this? Happens? Huh?
Yes.
What did they just do? They said Ga'al Israel, then they went backwards, then went forward, and then they started Adonai Sabatai Tiftach. Did they connect? Or did they interrupted? Interrupted. How many times you see this mistake? 3 million times. That's why it's so important that we're learning together halachot, and we learn together the Zohar. There are some places just learn. They have 1 hour a day to learn. This learning only Gemarot. Johnny Khalfe is just Gemara. You're not going to be able to know what to do. You learned interesting things over there, Gilgulim over there. Tekigam Chet, Shojelet. Yekumin Kimedona. Do you mean? That's why it's so important that we learn together the Zohar and we learn together Halakha. That a person should know, goes home, so we learned today so many things. Tomorrow morning I'm coming to shul 10-15 minutes earlier than it starts. So I'll be on time with the korbanot. I don't want to miss Olam HaAsiyah. I want to make sure 100%. Yes, what's your question?
Rabbi Ovadia did not even step back. He got up and prayed.
Right.
Do we have to step back?
No, you don't have to. No. But if you want to step back, you always have to step back when? Before.
But
You are here. Let's say you were standing over there. You say, Baruch Ata Hashem. We already went backwards. As you say, Ga'al Israel, you went forward. When you finish, Ga'al Israel, Slow Israel, Skazal, Srazu, Adonai Sabatai Tiftach. Right away.
When you step back at Oseh Shalom, you step back with the left foot?
The left foot first.
Left.
Yeah. If you already touched this topic, it's very important to know that you have to step backwards, head, toe, to heel. Like this. Left first, then again, toe to heel second time, then even out.
What if there's no space?
If there's no space, you do half. You do half it's adim. Not toe to heel, toe to the middle of the leg. But one of the reasons the poskim say it's recommended to take 3 steps backwards at the beginning of the prayer is in order to ensure that you will have enough room for 3 steps at the end of the prayer. That's one of the reasons the poskim bring. So that's why it's important to follow this minhag of taking 3 steps backwards. It's not a mandatory minhag, but it's a very important minhag.
Why do we take 3 steps back now?
That's another time. It's already too much on the Zohar today. But tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow we have also parasha. Don't forget. Tomorrow is a Thursday. Thursday we have a parasha for which parasha we have coming up? Vayetze. Very, very important secrets are going to be revealed tomorrow for parasha of Vayetze. Okay, Baruch Adonai La'olam. Amen. Amen. מה? נעשה מחר. לא, מחר פרשה. מה שהייתי עושה בדברים. פרשות האלה. מוסר, תיקונים, עניינים.
להמשיך או...
I should continue? Yeah? Okay, let's go. So we left off yesterday on Seif Yud. And we said, we left off, let's review quickly what we learned. Bechol John, you went to the restaurant. You asked for a Bishul Israel Sephardic standards. So правильно? Good. The guy tells you, listen, the sesame chicken, I already pre-cooked in the morning by the goy. 80%, 70% was done already by goy. Now, you want to go ahead and eat them. Or say, what? Okay, last 20, 30%, the Jew will do. Mesho? On a mesho. David, what do you say? 30% was already cooked by goy in the morning. He cooked it 70-80%. Там только 20-30% последние остались. Ицхак где? Эммануэль. Сразу скажи emergency 911. Where? What do you say? Benjamin, אפשר or no?
Present time.
Oh, very good. What's the answer? If it is Shat Adachat, times of need, like, for example, tell us, Mr. Haimov, you said the right answer, like Erev Shabbat. Let's say right now, David John, we went to the kitchen. You see, you're at home at 10, Goya, cooking the food. Why are you cooking the food? Your wife told me. You asked the wife, Jonah, what happened? I'm busy, I couldn't. I had to go and make my nails. So I asked her to cook. What do you do now with this food? You caught it and 70-80% already done. What do you do?
Shabbat?
Huh?
Cook it.
Is there Erev Shabbat?
You do the last
Через
one.
15 минут Шаббат
Do the last
Что делать?
one.
Помещай, что ты сделаешь? But what if it's already 100% cooked? Леки намакашнес.
Namak more powerful.
Huh? Namak will be saving the situation or no? Salt?
Yes.
No.
Not gonna help it.
No oil.
No, any spices will help it. Bechor, запомните. No any spices will help the situation. Only what saves the situation это cooking by the Jew. If it's already 100% cooked, you're just adding spices, не пойдет это. That's why you have to be careful. If you already caught it and you're saving it, you have to make sure to cut it and save it before it's 100%, 90%, 70%, 80%, 95%. пойдет. But it's already 100% edible. That's already not kasher.
Rabbi,
Oh.
how do you define 85-90%? Let's say somebody likes medium steak. She made it medium rare. I can make it medium well. Does that count 10 more percent?
No. The indicator is majority of the world. What is majority of the world will be able to eat it 100%? Like I give you example. Osvo, you know, most of the osvos are already edible on Friday. But they are soup. The chicken is edible, potato edible, rice edible, everything is edible. But it's all soup. What makes it osvo? That the water evaporated throughout the whole night. In the morning you have a sticky thing. Sticky texture. Sticky, whatever you want to call it. Osvo.
Ошпоче поставили в пятницу в холодильник.
Да.
На оплату можно в субботу поставить и кушать, потому что там ликвид.
Ошпочание, это суп. Soup you're not allowed to. Now, you came on the osvo. Нельзя. Шаббат загрет ошпоча нельзя.
Если он лежал в холодильнике как джели,
Yeah.
вы его можете поставить подогреть. А если он уже как ликвид там, вы не можете поставить.
You asking or you answering?
I'm sorry.
Answering. Top said. So turn the camera to him. So halacha, according to our Torah, it's not allowed. According to somebody else's Torah, maybe allowed. Rabbi Yosef didn't allow. Because we don't go after what's the status of it in the refrigerator. We're going after the status of it in the room temperature. If you're going to leave it in room temperature, 10 hours. What's going to be with this chalajit, with this oshpocha?
Вода.
So it's a soup.
Нельзя.
Therefore, it's not allowed.
Even the majority is
С холодильника сразу можно.
Oshpocha majority is not solid. Majority is liquid. That's the whole idea of it. People drink it like a soup. Unless majority will be solid, then you're right.
plata is on a timer, you can put it on.
Yeah. Bechor. He found a way for you. Tell him the way.
You put a timer beforehand, you put the food on the plata before the timer starts.
Hamidel Yoneh. Huh? If the timer right now, it's off. Off. You put before Shabbat for the timer to turn on at 11.
Okay.
You at 10 o'clock, you put the oshpocha over there. When you put it, the plata was off. Even though you know that in 11 o'clock it's going to go on, it's going to make it hot. No problem, because when you put it, it was off.
It was fully cooked.
And it was fully cooked. Two conditions. When you put it, it was off. Second condition, that it was already fully cooked before Shabbat.
So that's any liquid, right?
Even though it's very, very liquidy. Soup. Таким образом можно суп согреть. Shabbat. Putting it on the plata, when it's already, the plata is off. Second condition, that this soup was already fully cooked do Shabbat. Clear? Right now it's cold outside. People need hot soup. That's good to do. The Rambam says during the summer, a person is supposed to eat foods that warm up the body. During the winter, a person is supposed to eat foods that warm up the body. That's why it's not healthy to eat watermelon during the winter. Because what watermelon does to the body? Cools it off. It's Rambam says during the summer, you're supposed to eat things that cooling off the body. Like watermelon, like things that they are cold. Huh? In the season. That's why Hashem made it that way. That you'll have watermelon during the summer, and you will have vitamin C fruits during the winter. Hashem made everything the best for a person to enjoy and to live healthy life in this world. Hashem bara et האדם ישר, והם ביקשו חשבונות רבים. So therefore, remember this. Two conditions. The soup is fully cooked, and the plata, when you put it on, cold. Потом она включится, согреется, no problem. Ола 2 минут плата. Гудаш бамо.
He was talking about Oslo.
Now Oslo, I was back to Oslo. Now Oslo. Friday night, Friday afternoon, the Oslo is fully edible. You eat the chicken, eat, no problem. Potato, rice, akol beseder, en baya. Finishing cooking it. Let's say the goy cooked this Oslo to that stage. Goya, doesn't matter. You coming, you say, oi, Goya cooked it. Hi, listen, it's not still sticky and thick as it's in the morning. I'll put it on the plata. No morning comes, it's going to become different texture. The fact that it's going to change the texture, going to take out the problem, bishul goyim. What do you say? It's already 100% edible. It's just not the same texture. I would eat it or somebody else would eat it. But it's 100% edible. After what do we go? After the texture or after how it's edible? What's the indicator? Huh? Koino always wants to be, Baruch Hashem, make Am Yisrael easy. Texture it, sastaf. What's the rule? Texture or edible? What we learned? Edible. Very good. Got it? So this was a review from yesterday. Now, last point from on our review. What did we learn? What if a person goes right now to a relative, and that relative makes shashlik? Who is the one to make shashlik? Simcha? Who's He told you, у меня дома все гладко кошерное. Вот реситы, вот Рабай, вот Рабей Милубавич, ובבשר около него. שתי עדים, יקום דבר. You say, okay, John, you go outside, you see Uzbek. You say, you told me they are here. You didn't say he's here. The shashlik kasher now or no? Uzbek is the one to do it.
On the fire, put on the fire.
Huh? He turned on the fire. He put it on the fire. Everything he did. What is the halakha with the Uzbek, with the shashlik?
Machloket.
Huh? Very good. What's the machloket? Good. I love when you say machloket. Good. What's the reason? What's the names? Ra'avad versus Rabbeinu Tam. Ra'avad said in the Jewish house, no problem. Rabbeinu Tam says, no, we go after the cook, not after the owner. Rabbeinu Tam says. If the cook is goy, mumkin esu, bas, asu. Remember? That the Bulla, one machloket. How did Ma'an Paskin? Like Avadi le Rabbeinu Tam. Like Rabbeinu Tam. So this problem. Second point you have is your employee. So we have the Shach's opinion. But sounds from Maran that Maran went strict. That even if your employee is not going to help you. Right? Fire he turned on. You don't have the opinion of the fire. What is one way you can still save it?
After. Before 100%.
Huh?
Before 100%.
If it is Bechor, not 100% cooked yet. What does 100% means cooked yet? Means 100% edible. Some people, they go to restaurants, they order a specific one. They need it to be medium rare. Need it to be rare. Need it to be whatever, different things. Majority of the people will not eat like that. If I give you right now rare meat, you eat it?
Not majority.
Huh? If I give you medium rare, would you eat it?
No.
Huh? No, who eats this? Oshichom. Barbarim. You got the answer? So the answer will be majority of the people, what they do. If they will eat it, it's considered to be cooked for them. No problem.
So I can gather all the shashlik, put it back.
So now medium rare. Here, I want to say this. It's already in the stage, you slice, you see, it's medium rare. Can you still put it and save the situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Because you made it from
Medium.
medium rare become
Medium.
well done.
Well done.
No, it becomes medium first.
It was medium. You sliced it, you saw it's medium.
Medium rare, and then medium.
Ah, that's the
Then
rules.
well done.
Oh, you guys eating so much meat. I don't know those rules.
High society.
High society. טוב.
רק שיש מוניטור לוס.
נכון.
פשוט זה
Oh,
אסור.
you already in this house. In this guy's house. Let's say it's your father-in-law. Agar akot iman המלכות, catch, get him.
Eat that time, never come back there again.
חונימה תולף ודה. אגרת כאשר נפתם, צ'ימי גובה יורדה. Oh, the midness. חונימה נמבי.
It's true.
You love this soap operas, huh?
The barbarian.
Jabčika go dam giri, od gir. Jabčika kvaja.
Sick.
Oh, Johnny Khalfish. There is Torah, there's halacha. Ja glad kasher kupil. Ja не знаю. Эти всякие ваши выходки ваши. What do you do with him? Stay quiet, go to the Uzbek, say Uzbek, иди отсюда. Pick all of them. That's it, you saved it. From 80%, you made it 100%. You have already 3 reasons to rely on. Balabait Yehudi, employee. With 2, it's very hard to rely because the second one, employee, is very weak one. Maran looks like he passing very strict against that, the second one. Remember, the argument in Seif Dalet that talks about that employee spoke about Shifcha, which is
Your maid servant?
your slave. So your goy that works for you counts like your slave in it.
Если деньги платите, да, если...
That's the argument. That's the argument.
Плату нельзя кушать.
That's the argument. If I pay him, is it considered to be my slave or is it considered to be my employee?
Employee.
That's the argument was, remember? So that's what this opinion is very weak to combine. That is your employee. So really have only one safek, Avad, house of a Jew. This one is very weak. We're combining it like, by the way, it's not a real strength to allow. Now you put a third opinion on the line, which is, you picked it up from 80%, you made it 100%. You saved the situation. Now you have safek sveka to rely on. But this safek sveka in impressing time. Необходимая ситуация. A person should not say, okay, Rabbi мне что-то научил. В следующий раз, I'm going to call the Uzbek. You cook 80%, you call me. No. One guy told me today, I told him one thing. He said, but last time you told me like that. Differently, more lenient. I told him, listen, imagine a person right now picking up the chair. He wants to move it to over here and he got your face. You bleeding. You going to be upset? Of course. I said, but he did it by mistake. Yeah, you're right, but he's still making bleed. I said, okay, imagine case number 2. He took the chair, so what did you say? Pach! He gave you the same pants, same thing he gave you. But this time he did it intentionally. Would you be upset? He said, I'll kill him. He said, what? It's the same chair, same line, same everything. What's the difference? He did it purposely or not purposely. That's called Ilosh Nez, Ilosh Haz. That's the situation. You cannot compare the two. Last time the guy went to the father-in-law's house, there's no way out. He has to put the shashlik like that to save the situation. But next time, don't do this. Next time, he told the Uzbek, you don't cook the food. Before you put the sikh, you can turn on the fire, no problem. Before you put the sikh, you call me. I'm going to put the sikhs for you,
30%.
the Jew. The guy can turn on the fire. Yeah. I'll put the sikh for you on the fire. You wait 30% for it to be cooked. Let's say if out of 10 minutes that he has to be on the fire, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, you leave it on the fire. Or if you want to flip it on the same spot. Don't pick it up and put it down. Flip it on the same spot. Bet Yosef said it's also kasher. This way it was never detached from the fire. Clear? נתנאל, הבנת? חזק? אמנון, אתה איתנו? יוסף, ארי?
The boy can flip the sikh. It's considered 50% cooked, 30% cooked.
I just said it. That if it is on the fire, it never removed it
Even 2% you can change.
from the fire, it's good. Even 2% after. Mamono, be with us? Panimayim?
So he can flip the sikh, no problem.
Simcha, what's your question?
Who needs to
The front.
the Jew or the goy?
Even the goy could flip it. But it has to be flipped on the mangalka. What mangalka? What sikh?
Can be lifted.
Like this.
Before 30%.
If any time. 1%, 30%, 50%, doesn't matter when.
Get to
Oh, they
30%
pick
on
up
that
5, 6
spot.
at a
So
time.
If he wants to pick it up, it has to be at least already 30% cooked. Ponyo.
If he doesn't pick it up,
If it doesn't pick it up, he could move it as long as it's still attached to the fire. Move it, flip it, padvin направо, налево, whatever you want.
initially, right? If you put the
If the Jew put it initially. Because the goy continues the Jewish action. When he picks it up, he interrupted the Jewish action. Right, Niponili? Okay, very good. Now, today we're starting Sif Yud. הניח ישראל על גבי גחלים וממות, שלא היה ראוי להתבשל עליהם כמאכל מדרוסי. ובגוי והפך בו ונתבשל, אסור. Yeah? So the goy, the Jew, put it in the mangalka. Let's say this is the mangalka. That's the hot part. He put it over here. Before over here, it's not so hot. It's going to get cooked not in a year. Maybe after 5 years, it's going to get cooked over here. Nisagreitza. Oh, chinmalinki agonis. The Jew put it here. Ushol. Can the goy move it to here?
No.
Он может подвинуть, но не поднять.
When do we say Moshe Padvinus? When the Jew put it over here where it could have get cooked. It could have been cooked in 3 hours. The guy wants to put it to a place going to get cooked in 10 minutes. No problem. He just speed up the process. But if the Jew left it on a place, it can never be cooked. And the guy, even if he just slide it to the center, нельзя. Почему? Потому что что еврей сделал, он ничего не сделал. Got it? This is a few nonsense. Let's see it on the notes. ואם הניח הגוי בשר על הגחלים האלו, שאילו אינו ראוי להתבשל כמאכל בן דרוסי, ובא ישראל וחיטה בגחלים, מותר. כיוון שהוא גרם בבישול, והפך בו בבשר ובגחלים, אבל אם היה יכול לבוא לידי מאכל בן דרוסי, אף בלא הפכו של גוי, מותר. אפילו מי הגוי את בישולו. כהן נתבעת שלא מתירים בהפוך גוי, אלא בשלו נתסתלק מהעל ההוא. אבל אם סילקו גוי או ישראל והחזירו הגוי, אסור. נתבשל אסור במקום שהניח ישראל עמוד של בשר שווארמה, עבה, על האש, מסתובב העמוד על הציר ונצלה, לכאורה יש להחמיר שלא יחתוך הגוי מהבשר, מכיוון שלא חיתוך השכבה החיצונית, לא הייתה מכיוון שלא שכבה פנימית, אפילו כמובן נוסראי, שכבה פנימית נבשל על ידי גוי, כל נראה שהמקל שם מסומך, שמסבר מאוד שאילו היה נשאר זמן מאוד, היה מתבשל גם אחרי גפנים בשליש בישול. זה שרי כי היה גם לאף שמי הרגו את הבישול. גם בשביל עוד כמה זנים להקל על כל מיני שגם הדליק ישראל את האש ודאי שיש להקל אף לכתחילה. ממעמד השבוע הוא מהאב, בוודאי שמותר, אינו אב, בוודאי שמותר לכתחילה, אפילו בלא הדלקת בוודאי, ישראל בוודאי בזמן רב היה מתבשל גם השם בפנים, ואין כאן מקום לחומרה כלל, כמו שכתבנו בפנים. If so, question. David John, listen to this. Did you ever see how the shawarma places, restaurants, make the shawarma? The sikh. It's a sikh called? It's the huge sikh. The big shawarma. The one that rolls. Simcha. You have right now the fire from this side. Sikh is like this. The fire is here. If the sikh is this thick, obviously the Yehudi doesn't want to break his back. It tells the guy to put it. But when he puts it, if you see the shawarma, it's very heavy. The shawarma has a stand that sticks out. Right? They load it, and then he puts it. When they put it, who is to be the one that puts it next to the fire? The Jew. Question is, the Jew did it. So, kaif. Good. Tasty. Person comes, he orders shawarma. Kaif. Akol beseder. Problem starts. Who is the one to cut the shawarma? The goy. So this is the shawarma, the sikh. You have this thick, pravильно?
Yes.
Let's say it's 1 feet of meat. He cut you an inch for that order. Then inch behind that inch,
Raw.
it's raw. And what's the reason that inner inch gets cooked? Because the goy revealed that inch by cutting the outside inch. So now you're gonna go to увидел испанец, араб, в Израиле очень много арабов работают на шаварма.
Like 1 seat на 30%, this is big балаган.
Что делать сейчас?
From yesterday I'm telling you.
From months ago already.
On the one condition, only Jewish people should be involved. That's it.
That's why only Kohen works in Beit HaMikdash.
You see? He wants to save the spots for Kohanim Beit HaMikdash. No going, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
So basically, once if the Jew cuts it before you to somebody else, you're good.
So that's the question. Right now, let's say you were the first in line. Your brother was the second in line. Joe Dillich, Tikasher non tarif. Joe Dillich. So says the halacha here, listen to this. If you would leave 1 foot of the radius shawarma, right? Here's the fire. If you would leave it, how long it takes to cook that? The outside layer, how long?
It could be a couple of minutes.
10 minutes, let's say. Let's say 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes. If you would leave it for 1 hour and it continues rolling, what will happen to the outside layer? Burn. What will happen to the inner layer?
Cook.
It will get cooked, something. Not fully, but at least 30-40% it will get cooked. So it comes out that whenever the goy sliced the outside inch, he just speed up
But he
the cooking for the inner inch.
So it's kosher.
Same thing as the movie.
Exactly.
It
So
will happen.
since it could have happened whenever the Jew moved it next to the fire, goy placed it, right? Bah. Поставил. Now the Jew moved it. The fire is here. That 1 foot of radius of meat will eventually get cooked. The outside will burn, the inside will get a little bit cooked. So it comes out that every time the goy sliced the outside layer, he just speeds up the cooking of the inner layer. And what did we learn? Speeding up allowed by goy or no? Huh?
Yeah.
Allowed. We said that if it's going to get cooked in 3 hours, and the goy moved it to a place that is hotter, became cooked in 1 hour, in 10 minutes.
But they cannot afford to lose the meat like that.
They're not losing the meat. They don't have to burn the meat. The point is that potential is there. So the Jewish action, when he moved it next to the fire, still continues. Because it could have get cooked the outside layer, and also it could have get cooked the inner layer. But Rabbi, the inner layer is not going to be cooked so good. 30% is going to get cooked. Machal ben Rosai, Shudbas. The goy after 30% could make it faster, make it 100% in a shorter amount of time. No problem. He's just speeding up the cooking.
But the problem could be if no customer and he doesn't want it to burn, and the guy pull it out, not to burn the meat.
Oh, That's a good point.
And then people
Here,
coming, you put
that's a
it
good
back.
point. Sometimes there's no customers. Huh? Koino. Sometimes there's no customers. Fast, it's not a busy time. And he moves out the shawarma. He moves it out.
Right.
What do you do now? Then whenever customers come, tam is Paris, Ivrei, tam na inside. Washes vegetables.
Он на кассе сидит.
Tzar outside. You need to put him, the guy is the one outside. Spanish would, Arab would, he is the one to push it inside the fire. Now when he push it outside, this thing is not going to get cooked in 10 days also. Because that's the purpose, is outside.
But he didn't take it out completely, no?
But remember, whenever it was removed from the distance that it could have get cooked,
It stopped the action.
it stopped the action. So when the Arab обратно его поставит, около огонь. Кто поставил около огонь? Arab.
He's just heating it.
So even for Ashkenazim, it's a problem.
If it's ready, yeah.
But the next layer already, the next layer you can say it's from the Jew.
30% was already cooked.
No, you didn't get him. Let's say he sees a bunch of people. It was the break of public school, whatever it is, of school, or college, whatever it is. Everybody come at 2 p.m. 2:30, мертвый, никого нету. Until 6, 7 p.m., nobody is around. What is he going to do with that meat circling for hours? It's going to burn. So what does he do? He removes it. Good? Now, what layer of this is cooked?
Outer.
Maybe. Not necessarily. Maybe the last layer he sliced it, he says there's no people, he pushed it out. So now everything is raw. Not 30% even. The Arab is pushing it back after when 6 p.m., 7 p.m. people are going to come again. The Arab pushed it again. Now it's a problem because now the Arab is the one to cook it.
So it's a problem.
Huh?
It's a problem.
That the second time will be a problem.
Right.
Because he pushed it out.
Right.
So therefore, if you are going to shawarma place
Go in the busy.
and you see that there is a goyim over there working, ask the Jew to be the one, take it out, push it back again. Tamo, the fact that he took it out, he stopped the goyish action, push it back again. Tamo, slice the first layer, give it to somebody else, the Ashkenazi one. They rely on the fire by the goy, no problem. For us, the inner layer that was cooked by the Jew, 100%.
Cannot do successfully. Maybe the guy never moved it. I just can. Maybe he never moved it. And if he did, so then a Jewish owner.
You could. If you want to rely on Safek Svekot. All these things are not a Chatchila, but if you want to, yeah,
What
so.
happens if it's behind the counter? You don't see it.
Одного поставили
Who?
нормального еврея.
Let's say those machines that you don't see. You give an order and they'll bring it out the window. You don't see how it's done.
So you speak to Mashgiach. You order any food. You go into the restaurant, you speak to the Mashgiach. I want you to cook for me Bishul Israel. Right? Tell him the same thing. Tell him Sephardi. Bishul Israel, go to Sephardi. Если просто Bishul Israel сказал, да, у нас Bishul Israel. He's right, according to Ashkenazi.
So let's say there is a lot of restaurants that is under the Ashkenazi
Kashrut.
right.
Standards.
Right. So how is it with the Sfaradim eating there with those conditions?
It's true. Simcha John, your words are 100% true. That's why we are educating our community about this topic. So we will demand more of the Sephardi standards in our restaurants. Whenever we will demand that, you will demand, he will demand, the reality will change. I told you there was one time a guy in our class. I told him about Bet Yosef meat. He said, Rabbi, my children go to a school over here in Queens, 400 or 500 students over there, they don't serve them Bet Yosef meat. What do you want me to do? I said, Johnny Khalfesh, you pay money? Yeah. In Russian they say, Kto plotит,
Тот заказывает.
тот заказывает музыку. I said, you pay, yeah. Go and speak to the board over there. Tell them I want to change the level of the meat. Кто мне послушает, Rabbi, Бухарский, там секундули, what are you talking about? I said, give it a try, what do you have to lose? Give it a try. He goes to speak to one guy. Guess who's the guy that he spoke to? The head of the board. He said, you're right, we never thought about it. We have so many Bukharis in our school. We have to change it. He goes to speak to this one, speak to this one. 500 kids daily right now gets Bet Yosef meat. From what? One person mentioned it in Shiur, this person went and he made a change. Forever right now, everything is the best. Why? He understood how important it is. When you understand how important it is, you ask for it, he asks for it, everything changes. Right now, look how many bakeries, Koinov, asking Stampovka, Kemach Yashan. Stampovka, look around, there know. Kemach Yashan, Kemach Yashan, Kemach Yashan. Откуда это все взялось? Mamonov, откуда все взялось? People were educated, the demand for that, the Balabait wants to make money, he's going to provide. Demand and supply. Going over, you had a question. David, you asked a question?
Yeah, I have a question. When the shawarma, let's say it's busy, right? They cut the shawarma. Sometimes they cut it raw and put on the grill to finish the cooking.
So raw means what? 0%?
0%, because they just finished the slicing, but it's busy. It's one after another, so they cut it raw.
They cut raw. You see that they cut raw.
It's cut raw.
А не попался просто raw. 30% is not going to be cooked? Okay, so then it's a good, you have a good question. There will be a problem.
And they fry it in a pan, you say?
Also, all Ashkenaz,
On a grill, right.
all Ashkenaz,
Kohen, Shas Kohen, da.
You give us excellent example with the Bet Yosef. But what about the chef? They changed the chef? Who's the cooker? Who's cooking?
I don't know, I didn't ask this.
You see?
Step by step.
What step by step?
אבל יוסף אומרים, בת כשיעקב.
I love you. I love you.
Step by step. We cannot flip the whole kitchen overnight. подожди.
I love you.
Сейчас קמח ישן אני בוא работаю איתם. We work with the Doraita first. Bet Yosef is Doraita, קמח ישן is Doraita. потом это тоже зайдет.
Ashkenaz,
Right now, where is your children go to school? Ashkenazi or Sfaradi?
All the schools here controlled by Ashkenazi.
Good. What are you gonna ask from now from the principal? I want the children to cook from which chef?
Bet Yosef.
From which chef?
Which chef? Бишуль Израиль, который ты сделал.
Какой? Сфарди или Ашкенази?
Сфарди,
Вот там, you
Сфарди.
see? You already set up for that. Now he set up for that. He set up for that. You're gonna see a revolution in the Queens community. Everybody gonna do the right way.
It's a good point. I'll mention that.
Yeah, mention it. You'll see. All the kids in your school, your children's school, everybody gonna change. Why? Because you're demanding that. You care about it. It's important to you. It's not like whatever. Budget, не budget, who cares? No, budget, что как будет?
Rabbi John, Ashkenazi hold OU Glat is Ben Yosef. All Glat readers say is Ben Yosef.
If it is veal and lamb, it's true.
Yeah, but that villa.
If it's beef, it's a problem.
Yeah.
No.
So
They need to add. They need to have Bet Yosef.
Ben Yosef. They bring OU Glat and they say it's Ben Yosef.
If it is Bet Yosef, yeah. If it's not Bet Yosef, what do you
How
want?
can it be Ben Yosef if it's just Glat?
It depends what standards they follow.
Ashkenazi.
Sometimes it could be Bet Yosef, but because they pay the Stampovki, the company of Stampovki, it's already said Glad. But Be'emet, they could have provided a line of Bet Yosef.
For example, you walk into here, it's an Ashkenaz supermarket.
Yeah.
All the meat it says Bet Yosef.
Okay.
But you're asking what kind of Bet Yosef is it, according to whose standard?
Okay. So these standards already, you have to contact Rabbi Gadayev. He's expert with standards. You ask him, Rabbi, is this the standards we need or no? Tells you yes, take it. No, take something else. Okay, back to us. If so, says next halacha, Yud Aleph, הניח ישראל על גבי האש, והניח גוי, לשומרו, והפך בו. So it's already 10 o'clock. I don't want to take time for Arvit. Milena will continue. Tomorrow is a parasha. Everybody are welcome tomorrow. It's going to be a very serious lecture. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen. Hello.
Big